All right. Hi, Will. All right, so this week we are doing EverFi Financial Literacy. Hi, Melanie. Modules 4 through 7 this week. And then we're going to be working on the Can You Survive on My Own project, tasks 9 through 14 this week. Okay. All right, so our bell ringer today kicks off National Barbecue Month. What is your favorite kind of barbecue? Anybody? Hi, Magdalene. Hi, Aiden. I'm asking everybody, what is your favorite kind of barbecue since ribs or pulled pork? Oh, that sounds good. Hi, Kevin. I am a tri-tip or brisket person. Hi, Kylie. Ribs? Okay. So then I had a question from one of my kiddos in second period. And hi, Sadie. They were talking about barbecue sauce. And so we had a discussion about the types of sauces and how, whether or not you put sauce on your stuff that you barbecue. um, Depends on where in the country you're from, because some people are like, you don't put no sauce on there, you put a dry rub, and other people are like, no, you use sauce. So for any of you guys, like, do you like sauce? Do you not like sauce? Do you prefer dry rubs? Anybody? Do you like everything? I mean, it's meat, and I'm all for the smoker and the grilling and all of that. So yeah, I mean, not that I don't like pulled pork or ribs. Like, I do. I love all of those things. I just, if I had to pick like a favorite, it's tri-tip and then brisket. And then I'm wondering if the rest of you guys like, no? All right. All right, so I guess we're going to move on since nobody else is talking. All right, so our standards. Hi, Jackie. We're looking at consequences of financial decision making. We're evaluating sources. We're coming up with a personal plan. That's hello, can I survive on my own project? We're looking at credit and debt and credit reports and different types of loans. So there's two things that we're doing today. Number one, EverFi 4 and 5. Okay, we're not going to work on that one in class today. We're actually going to work on our project. But this is your reminder that module number 4, which is consumer skills, and module number 5, which is credit and debt, are both, you need to work on those. Remember, you have to open it up in Clever in the financial literacy app, EverFi Financial Literacy. And then you're going to complete the lesson. At the end of the lesson, you're going to take an assessment. Hi, Jamie Lett. And you have to score 7 out of 10 minimum. Hi, Gabriel. Minimum of a 70%. Remember, we've been talking about how some of you guys desperately need to be making 80s or 90s. because of some choices from third quarter. And once you have taken it, you're going to get, hi, Analia, you're like, here's your assessment grade, and I need your entire computer screen. That's what I need the screenshot of so that I can see the lesson that this assessment grade goes to and your name. Okay? Any questions about what I'm looking for you guys to be doing on your EverFi? Are we good? Can I get a thumbs up if you understand what I'm asking for on EverFi? Okay, Aiden and William. Come on, guys. I need some more people to respond to me, or I'm going to start booting kids out of class for not participating. All right, I'm going to start calling on individuals now. All right, I need you to go to module 11 in your Canvas and open up the page, Can I Survive on My Own? And I need you guys to open, hey, Kaylani, your worksheet that we had started for this project, because we're going to be doing tasks 9 through 12. So we're going to be looking at what kind of TV do you want to get, new versus used cars. You're going to have to do a screenshot as well, and then credit scores and credit cards. So remember, we're opening up this page. We already did task 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're skipping over 7 and 8 today. Or actually, no, we did 8. That's right. I was going to show you, Miss Hall added some more stuff in. So she originally had that one, right? And then she was like, hey, here's another one that she did. And she grocery shopped yesterday, and she said it's a week's worth of food for a family of 4. 172. Right? That's pretty expensive. So you have to be really, really careful and pay really close attention. Yep. All right. So task number 9. You need to, you're going to choose 3 cable services from the list right here. You're going to write in the prices and then what you are planning on, or what you're considering. So you have service 1, service 2, service 3. So I want you guys, we're going to take about 5 to 7 minutes for you guys to go through here. And then you're going to add them into task number 9. So you're going to compare and contrast the services that are in the course arc, or on the not course arc, on the page, and then you're going to put them in your document. 5 minutes be good enough, guys? Okay. So give everybody a couple minutes. Let's pick what you're going to choose to compare. So let's see. So like when you're in like Cox Cable and it's like, oh, look at what you can get. So choose, your internet plans. If you're gonna get like TV, like cable, if you want like a home system for like home security, and then a home phone, which I know sounds really silly because many people don't use home phones anymore. So like for instance, I have like security. Both my sister and I both do because we don't use the home phone. So we chose the security instead of. And then you click on the like view plans. Okay. So I'm just clicking on it. And so it takes you to like choose your TV plan. Like what base plan do you want? Do you want local channels only? Do you want local plus basic cable? Do you want this plus extended cable or no TV service? Right? So we'll say just local plus basic cable. It's taken a minute. Okay. And now it says, oh, look, you can add, and look, local channels, basic cable TV, $105. Crazy, huh? And then if you want to add in a sports pack or a movie pack or a variety pack or a Latino pack, not the cheapest, huh? So I will tell you guys that I have, like, through my Amazon Prime, I have like HBO Max and Paramount, and I have like a bunch of things added to that I was able to get deals on. Okay. Then you would add like a box or a card if you have your own DVR or box. If you want DVR service. Let's go back to the internet. So maybe you decide you want to do streaming services, right? And you still have to have, you've got to have some kind of internet plan, something. Now you can do the one gigabyte add downloaded. There you go. Well, and then those are fine. Like which ones are blocked? Hulu, Netflix, and Disney Plus? Huh. Okay, here. I'll open up Hulu then. All right. So the plans, regular Hulu is $7.99 a month, or students can get it for $1.99 a month. No ads Hulu is $14.99 a month. And then Hulu with live TV where you can mix and match things. It just depends on what you're getting. Or you can get the Disney bundle and then you can add other add-ons. But here's the plan for Hulu. If any of you guys said you wanted to put Hulu down. Okay. All right, so there's Hulu. If you can't access that, let me go to Netflix. All right, so here are the Netflix plans. If you wanted to use Netflix on your document. All right, so there's Netflix. I gave you guys Hulu. I gave you guys Netflix. Okay, I think I can look up Disney Plus. You can choose just Disney, or you can choose a Disney bundle. Let's just do, well, you know what? Let's do a Disney bundle. So Disney and Hulu. There you go. Give you guys a moment. Okay. All right, are we good? Are we ready to write our choice now for number 9? Hi, Melissa. All right, so let me go to this one. All right, so Cox Cable and Internet, full package, Internet alone, around $100. Hulu, I'm telling you what mine is $14.99 a month. Netflix is $21.98 a month. And then write 2 sentences explaining the plan you choose for your home. Now, obviously, you're choosing one. I'm writing for me. They didn't have the plan that I have. So I have Cox Internet with unlimited data, multiple streaming services, Amazon Prime Video with services added, Netflix, Hulu, and Disney Plus. Okay. All right. So it's everybody. You need to choose what works best for you and write your 2 sentences. And then we're going to go to task number 10. All right, so it says compare new cars to used cars. Read this article, write a list with 1 pro and 1 con on buying a new car, and 1 pro and 1 con on buying a used car in our worksheet. And then you can go to this site or any site if you want to build your own car. You will screenshot the final cost of the car and put that in your Google Doc. So let me make this a little bigger. All right. So, I mean, it depends on like what you're looking on in regards to, buying a used car versus buying a new car. So, here are 4 questions to help you be smarter, consumer, and navigate the new used decision-making process. If your credit is good, you may have less problems buying a new with little or no down payment than buying used. That's because many manufacturers offer incentives for new cars that simply aren't available in the used car market. They are typically in the form of rebates, cash incentives, and discounted financing. Financing a used car will almost always require money down, whether in cash or in trade-in equity. If you do your research and wait for the right opportunity, you may find a new car with a large enough manufacturer incentive to cover the down payment requirements. Is there a good reason you, rather than someone else, should take the huge new car depreciation hit? So depreciation, or the loss of a car's value over time, is sneaky because it's a hidden cost most of us don't face. But if a car depreciates, say 7,500 from the time you buy it to the day you sell it, that's like throwing $7,500 away. That $7,500 you will never get back and won't have available to spend on other things. They depreciate way more than that, guys. There's usually an emotional tie with a car that's missing in a relationship with a vacuum cleaner or washing machine. But in reality, a car is just another appliance. It's not a buddy, it's not an investment. It can convey status and provide some pleasure, but it won't make us smarter, better looking, or more interesting or wealthier, no matter what the commercials say. Because of depreciation, generally it makes more sense to buy used, and here's why. On average, a new car loses 20 to 30% of its value the moment you roll off the dealer's lot. Some cars can depreciate up to 50% in the first 3 years. So like this just talks about how much you can lose on depreciation. Can you afford to maintain and repair a used car? Now, here's the other thing. New cars have warranties, right? But used cars, those warranties are generally, they're gone. So can you afford to do the repairs? Especially used cars tend to have a little bit higher mileage on them, which means all of those things are going to start breaking down, are probably going to break down right after you purchase it, right? Can you cope with the time a used car spends in the shop? So if it's going to have issues, it's going to be in the shop more. So can you afford to lose that time? Although I will tell you, my husband's 2022 Chevy 3500 Dually, that sucker is going in for its 4th time in the shop. So doesn't necessarily mean that, new cars don't spend time in the shop, but you've got to decide, when you buy a vehicle, do you have the time for things to go into shops? What else can you guys think of? So what are some pros and what are some pros for a new car? Can somebody give me some pros? Come on, guys. I'm waiting for you. I'm not going to give you the answer to this. I'm waiting. Okay. Generally, yeah, new cars tend to be in good condition. What else? What are some other good things about buying a new car? Maybe warranty. Oh, it's got the latest features. Yeah. Fuel economy. The newer cars have higher fuel economy, right? Okay, so good condition, everything's still under warranty. The latest features, which we tend to call the bells and whistles, maybe better fuel economy. Any one of those could be a plus, right, for a new car. What would be a con? What are some cons for buying a new car? I mean, I think the biggest thing, the price. Oh yeah, new cars are way more expensive. Way more expensive. I mean, yeah. The cost of my husband's truck is wow. I mean, it's for his business, but yeah, it was ridiculous. So high cost. What about depreciation? You may have just paid $104,000 for that truck, but as soon as you drove it off the lot, it dropped immediately, right? So any of those things that we came up with for pros and cons for a new car? Oh, the taxes. Oh, licensing and taxes. Yeah, because the way it's set up is based on the year and how much your vehicle weighs, etc. So the taxes are bad. Registration is astronomical. Well, at least in Nevada, registration is really, really high. So manufacturer warranties would be a good thing. That would be a pro, right, for a new car. Okay. What are pros and cons for used cars? So what would be a pro and a con for buying a used car? Lower price, right? You've already gotten hit with the depreciation. I mean, that was my biggest one, is it's not as expensive. Cons, on the other hand, usually they have higher mileage and warranties are no longer valid. Used cars generally, because you don't have all of the manufacturer incentives, you definitely have to have a usually a down payment. There you go. You don't have to worry about breaking anything more than if it's already broken as a pro, but it may not be in good condition. All right, so now you guys need to go build a car, and you have to put your screenshot. Brand new, 45505. Oh yeah, definitely a faster payoff, William. So this is the second part of task 10. After you've done your pros and cons, now you need to go build your dream car and put a screenshot. I'm going to give you guys like 5 minutes. Okay? Go build your car. Remember I said you could go to this site to build your car, or whatever site you want to go to. And I cannot wait to see the cars that pop up in here. All right, so everybody should be looking at the building their car and putting your screenshot of what it would totally cost. How are we doing, guys? Are we having fun building your car? I hope. Hi, Brooke. We're still on task 10. We're building your dream car over here. So you can put a screenshot of it in the worksheet. Right? Like, yeah, I mean, actually, that 45 for this is really not bad. Not bad at all. But there was stuff that I could have added in there that would have made it like 58, 59. And I just couldn't bring myself to do it. And that's something else to look at too. Not only is the cost of a new car expensive, but look at their financing estimate. So if I had put nothing down, I'm looking at an $800 a month car payment on this. That's just crazy. So 4 minutes down, about 3 more to go. Oops, sorry guys. So we're going to watch the video on where the things from your credit score comes from. And then we're going to put them on our documents. And then you're going to explain to me why you think it's important to have a good credit score. Okay, so we'll do video first, and then we'll go to the document.
Consider this. If you were lending your own money to a friend, you'd want to make sure you'll get paid back. You'd probably wonder, have they paid their past debts on time? How much debt do they already have? And who else are they approaching for the loan? FICO scores help lenders answer these same questions every day, but through a mathematical formula that makes the lending decisions faster, safer, and more fair. So, it's really important you understand how your credit activities and behaviors are considered when calculating FICO scores. FICO scores focus on 5 key predictive categories: your payment history, how much you owe, how long you've had credit, if you've recently sought new credit, and the types of credit you've used. Clearly,
all right, let's leave it on this so that we can actually put this into our document. So I'm going to go with like what's most like the heaviest to the lightest, okay? So the first thing on here is payment history. So your payment history weighs the heaviest. It's 35%. Do you make your payments on time? Do you have late payments? Have you not made payments and had something closed on you? So that's a big part of it, right? 35% has to do with that. Then the next one is your total debt, right? So we did payment history. Now we're going to talk about like total debt, which is 30%. How much debt do you have? How much? They're not talking about types. They're talking about how much debt do you have? Now, certain types of debt is okay, and it's not like a negative against you. So like if you have a home mortgage, that's kind of like, okay, that's a given, right? But like credit cards and loans and car payments, like all of that stuff goes into how much debt do you have. Okay. And they're looking at how much money you make. 15% is the length of your credit history. How long has your credit been going? So they look at like your credit cards and your open accounts. How long have you had those? Obviously, the longer the history, the more information they'll have, and it actually tends to look a little bit better. The next two are types of credit used and new credit history. So new credit history would be like if anybody is pulling your credit, and if you have any new accounts that you've opened. A lot of new accounts is kind of a thing for creditors are like, woo, wait a minute. That's an awful lot. We don't know how they're going to handle that. If you have like time in between each new thing, then they're like, oh, okay. And then the types of credit. I know this sounds really silly, but if all you have is credit cards and you don't have anything else, you're going to weigh heavy on the debt size. And the creditors are going to be like, that's all you have? Again, creditors like to see like a home mortgage or a car loan or personal loans and credit cards, like a mixture is what they're looking at. So here's what I put. I just took what was on there and I put those down here for task number 11. The 5 things that go into your credit report. Okay. Or your FICO scores, if you will. Okay, let's go back. Let's finish up our video.
clearly, your payment history and level of debt substantially drive your FICO scores. Have you missed payments? If so, how often, how recently, and how late were they? Have you had debts turned over to a collection agency? Do you have foreclosures credit and the types of credit you've used. Clearly, your payment history and level of debt substantially drive your FICO scores. Have you missed payments? If so, how often, how recently, and how late were they? Have you had debts turned over to a collection agency? Do you have foreclosures, or have you filed for bankruptcy? The more recent, frequent, and severe the reported negative items are, the bigger the impact on your scores. Next, there's the debt you're already carrying. Are your credit cards nearly maxed out? How many accounts with balances do you have? How much of your available credit is being used? If you're overextended, you're more likely to miss future payments. Then there's how long you've had established credit, from your oldest to your newest account, and an average age of all your accounts. FICO scores also consider how often you've actively applied for credit in the past year. Rate shopping is accommodated for, and promotional, insurance, and employment inquiries don't count against you. Whenever you apply for credit, there's a good chance your lender is using FICO scores to help make that approval decision. So it's important that you understand your FICO scores, because it could help you know whether you qualify for low rates on your next loan. Know your FICO scores. Understand what goes into your scores.
Keep forgetting to unmute myself. Since we did those first 5 parts, the next part that you need to do, and you need to explain in 3 to 4 sentences, is why is it important to have a good credit score? So that's the next thing you're going to do. That's the second part of 11. Why? Explain why it is important to have a good credit score. So I'm going to give you guys about 3 minutes to do that, and then we'll move on to task number 12. We won't get it finished, but I'll get you started on it. So that you guys know, I just said having a good credit score shows how responsible you are. They can be pulled by those lending you money, so you want to get the best interest rate possible. Your employer may pull it and use it to decide if you are a responsible person to hire. Like, do you show up on time? You don't have high debt, so you won't be a possible stealing risk. Insurance companies now pull scores to see how responsible you are, and that can affect your overall rates. I don't know what I said, over rates. Your overall rates, in addition to your age and your location. So having a good credit score isn't just about getting a credit card or a loan. Now you also, employers are looking at it, as well as insurance companies are looking at it. And so good credit scores are equaling out to, in their eyes, you are responsible. If you make your payments on time, they're generally going to be like, hey, they're a responsible person. They're going to show up on time. They're going to do their tasks on time. If you don't have all a bunch of whole new things and then you don't pay things, then for some reason insurance companies equate that to responsible driving. I don't know why. I'm not quite 100% sure why they do that, but they do. So let's finish up. We got 1 more minute, and then we're going to move on to task number 12, which is the credit cards. All right, guys, let's move on to task number 12. All right, so you're going to compare credit card options. You're to look up 2 different credit cards and 2 different store credit cards. Review the information and fill out the chart on your Google Doc. Check if the card also offers student rates or cards designed for college students. Do not actually apply for the credit card. This is just for learning purposes. So on the top, you're going to pick two, like Discover, MasterCard, Visa, American Express, Citibank. And then from the second list, you're going to pick store options. Now, I gave you some. You can pick whatever stores you want. Kohl's, Walmart, Target, Gap, Old Navy, Amazon, Best Buy, Ulta. Okay? So you're going to come to the document. And there are a review of different credit cards and department store cards. And you're going to fill out the chart. You're going to say the name of the card. What is the interest rate, APR? That's average percentage rate. What kind of benefits do you get with that card? What kind of penalties or fees? And any other important information. So like I picked Best Buy and Amazon for the store cards. Okay. And then Discover It and Citibank Double Cash MasterCard. So I put the percentage rate that each one is on, and you'll notice the store cards have pretty high percentage rates. And then, but what I went through, and a lot of them that I looked for was like cash back from them. And then all of them have like usually either some kind of late payment fee, some type of fee like on the major ones for cash advances or balance transfers. The big one that I always look for is no annual fee, because I don't want to have to pay an annual fee for them. So that is what you're doing for number 12. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? All right, so EverFi Financial Literacy modules 4 and 5, those are due tomorrow. Can you survive on your own project tasks 9 through 12? Remember, all of this is due Friday. Oh, I don't know why I have a closing on there. It closes on, let me go back. Should be 5/12. Sorry about that. Okay, tomorrow afternoon is attendance and small group meet. And then, yes, you'll get a remind. Yes, you will get an announcement. And then make sure to set up your senior checkout with your counselor. All the information is in your emails, as well as an announcement for you as well. And that is it, everybody. We are done for the day. That went by pretty quickly.